Jessica，劳老师，你可以开始了。
Okay, so I need to introduce this program in English, right?
Yes.
Okay, so hi everyone. This program is called DAOM program and the PhD program. So it's already it was running long time. So up to now, around 11 students got the degree, PhD degree from China, for TCM program. So this program is offered by 5 branch university and Zhejiang Chinese Medical University. From students who wish to earn a DAOM in US and the PhD in the University of China. Study complete in the DAOM program are transferable to the PhD program in China. So that means students should in the 5 branches DAOM program. So the credits can transfer as the theory part of a PhD program. So which allows you to earn a PhD from China TCM University with only 1 additional academy year. So that means when you during the study, during DAOM study, after 6 months, you enter the DAOM program, then you can apply this PhD program. And after China University approved or give you admission, then the same year or the second year, you start 1 month to China University for PhD study. So this study mainly is a clinical practice study. If you do the research degree, so you will do laboratory or serial research over there. If you apply for clinical degree, you will study in the clinic with your tutor. So this PhD program altogether is 3 years. Zhejiang, I discussed with them 2 years ago. They said not only the student who study in DAOM program, also alumni, if they graduated from this DAOM program, they also can apply. So this PhD degree is recognized by Chinese government and the US foreign credential review agencies. This degree is equivalently to PhD degree in the US. The PhD credential may offer doctoral graduates the opportunity to obtain grants or teaching position in American university. So the requirements for apply, one is no Chinese citizens. Students should hold foreign passports. That means passport, American, passport, other countries, no Chinese citizens. If a Chinese citizen hold the green card, is not allowed to apply this PhD program. Also, DAOM students who have medical master degree or medical related master degree, students have studied DAOM in 5 branches university, 6 months, then can apply. Then for the application for the time, so usually is beginning of the spring or autumn term every year. The applicant's documents will be sent in May and in January every year. And documents, so application documents. First is application form. Second is notarial copy, notarized copy of high academic degree certificate or diploma or transcripts. Then a copy of passport. Then 5 photos. Photo, there's a size.
Just Dr. Lau, let me hop in. Those are 5 passport photos, not your fun photos you're going to use on your Facebook peeps. So make sure that they're talking about the extra ones you get at the passport place.
It's a passport photos. Then 2 recommendation letters by professors and the scholars. Signature are required. The 6th is resume. The number 7 is copy of licensed acupuncture. So
excuse me, Dr. Lau, I didn't really hear what do you say about the 6, number 6. What do you say about it?
Number 6 resume is
resume.
Resume.
So you
got it.
your resume.
Thank you.
And everyone, just so you know, Debbie and I will be sending out an email with all of this collected information as well. Okay, and then we'll have Q&A after Dr. Lau gets done.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Then number 8 is health report is required. So it can be obtained in China embassy. So there's a physical examination form for foreigners. So you can check the China Embassy website to apply for health checking. Number 9 is no criminal record and no criminal records. Yeah. So no criminal record can obtain from the your local police station. Number 10 is financial guarantee statement. So that means you have enough money to support your study tuition and accommodation fee. So I already explained about the duration. That is duration is 3 years. Yeah. So every nowadays still 4 weeks every year. I was heard they may reform, for the study time. And then is after they approved your required application, they will send you admission notice and the JW202 form. So with these 2 documents, you can apply visa to China. Then is study and the degree reward. Class instruction are offered in China, in Chinese or English. So when you study there, you can study in English. But if you don't know Chinese, they will. Some teacher can speak English. Some they use interpreter to help your study. So in order for clinical hours taken in University of China to count toward the DAOM clinical hours, so students need to ask their clinical teachers to sign on 5-branch university roster. So each clinic you take, you need to ask a doctor to sign. Then these hours can be the clinical study hours using in 5-branch university. So students are also asked to bring back their study schedule from University of China for matching the class hours between 5-branch university and the China University. After complete all the required course and dissertation and the paper publishing. So the first year you go to China, you will find a tutor, choose a tutor for. You will also decide the direction yeah, or main topic, yeah, for the article, yeah. So this article, the paper, need to publish with the first writer. So you should be the first writer, published no matter China or US. So that's the most difficult part. So in Zhejiang, they required 2 articles. So before your last year, before you graduated, so you need to publish. Then withdrawal policy is first year before the first study, 90% tuition will be returned to the student. Second year before the second study trip, 50% tuition can be returned to the student. Third year before the third trip, no tuition will be returned to the student. The tuition, Zhejiang is approximately US dollar 11,000 around. That's the total tuition. Also, the application fee for 5 branch university is 1,600. This application fee. So this application fee is not refundable. If application is not approved by China University. So this is the main principle guidelines, for apply China PhD. But as I know, this year is still quite difficult, to apply this PhD program because among before 3 years, their daytime students also couldn't study in China. So they planning for the daytime PhD student to finish study first. And those students, they already have the study visa. So for our university students, because if they want to go to China, they need to apply China visa. So nowadays, China visa is, although is opened, only opened to the relatives. So there's relatives, they send the invitation letter, they can apply visa, and all the commercial, important commercial invitation, they can apply. So for short term, this, because our student only spend 1 month over there, this belong to short term study visa. It's not open yet. So for long term study visa, like 3 years, they already can go to China nowadays. So we hope next year can open. We hope the both country relationship can be become not so serious as now. So that's the situation. Now is question time. If you have question, you can ask me now.
Steve, you've started sharing your screen. So I'm going to ask that you take that off.
This is means they shut the on the outside. That's you can, but you you still can apply on the online application is start reopen. This is for for relatives. So it means this is most updated.
Because the it says according, this is I just snapshot from the New York consulate. The right, and it says they only notarized for Chinese citizen in the U.S. Okay, since we are applying as a foreign student, then I don't know how I get the notarization for all the documentations. That's the tricky part. So that's why I shared this snapshot in the meeting. Now it's my problem. I don't know how to take it out. I don't know how to take it out. So let me figure it out. So I will remove this sharing.
I already did it.
Oh, you did it? Oh, thank you. All right, thank you.
So and the China visa policy are changeable. You know, in the the last year, in the end of the year, around Christmas, China suddenly opened for suddenly opened, so most people get infection of COVID. And also this time my father catched it, and he don't believe vaccination, so then he catch the disease. He very quickly, 3 days, he passed away. And I want to go back. It takes long time and lots of documents to apply the visa. So my visa I get the visa from China Embassy in San Francisco is the end of the January. So it takes 1 month. Yeah. 1 month to get it. Yeah. So fortunately, I have a brother, elder brother. He take care all the things for my father. Yeah. Otherwise, it's so terrible. Yeah. So the visa is a big issue. Before is open, just 1 month ago, in February, they opened to outside, but also only for people who have relatives in China. So they should have the letter from their relatives for the invitation letter. And also the people, because the X-type visa is study visa, so the student for full-time study in China University, they have a residence card. Yeah, residence card. So this is allowing them to go for study also. And also important commercial activity, they also allow them to go. Yeah.
Fei, you've got your hand raised.
Yeah. Can I speak in Chinese and Dr. David or somebody translate? Because
I'll ask
some
Debbie
people,
to.
some people may not
嗯，
understand all English. 第一个问题我想问一下劳老师，因为那个年龄的问题有没有限制？另外刚才劳老师只是说了浙江一个学校的学费，那其他几个学校的学费呢？第二个问题就是，
你让我一个一个翻吧，
一个
我怎么记得住啊？
好。
So the first question, she is asking about the age limit or restrictions. Second question is the other
one by
schools
one.
tuition. Okay, one by one. So the first question is their age limitation and restrictions.
The age, about age, yeah. So in Zhejiang, they said 45 years. Above 45 years, they not accept before. Yeah, they said. And then in Nanjing, they don't care ages. But Nanjing, during the COVID, they canceled. They blocked this program. Yeah. So I don't know when they will open. Yeah. This is the answer. Now we go to second.
Oh, Dr. Lau, can I ask you an additional question regarding age issue? In addition to Zhejiang University and Nanjing University you just mentioned, what about Tianjin University? Do you have information on this?
Tianjin is only receive whole day. 3 years, you spend 3 years, all 3 years over there. Before, we have students applied at Tianjin. So you can go to the Tianjin website to apply. Yeah. So you will stay there for 3 years.
Okay, thank you. I have one more question about this. You just mentioned that Nanjing University canceled this program with
Not
us.
cancel. We couldn't say cancel. I'm sorry, not cancel. It's block. They
Okay.
just COVID they blocked. Yeah, they blocked.
Do you?
I don't know what time they open again. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So if I want to inquire this, when would be a good time to contact you about Nanjing? Because I do also have an age limit issue.
Nanjing, hope next year has some good news. Yeah.
Okay, okay,
This
thank
year
you.
is not possible.
Okay, thank you.
Dr. Lau, I have a quick question because I
Mhm.
know one of our alumni is on here. So our alumni can go to Zhejiang University. Is there a time, like they have to have graduated within a certain amount, like 5 years, 7 years?
Nowadays they haven't give the limitation about they just illuminates.
That's
it's
exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
That is exciting. Thank you. Thank you. I think that's going to make so many people happy. Thank you.
Yeah. That's
Can I ask one more question, please?
Fei Fei,
Yes.
sure.
可以。
Yeah. Yeah. So about you say return the application form like 1,600. So it means it's even you're not gonna go through, they are not gonna accept you.
Yeah,
The
because
the
we-
application not gonna return it, right? But
Yes.
I don't understand what you talk.
Yes,
second
that's
year, the
mean
tuition.
Fifi, yeah. This is application fee. So this is you know, 5 branch university need to send all your documents to China University and to write many emails to discuss with them and many works to do. Yeah. At last, if not improve, not accepted by their reason, but this application is not refundable. That's
Okay.
the policy. Yeah.
Okay. So you talk about a tuition return like a 50%, or it that mean, what does that mean?
That mean is I suggest your tuition can be to pay 1 by 1 year is better. Yeah. If you pay together, is like this policy. Yeah.
I got it.
If second year you don't want to go, only 50% you can refund. So
Okay.
the tuition need to pay directly to the China University. When you arrive there, you pay for the tuition. So I suggest you guys pay 1 by 1 year is better.
Okay. Then I heard that if I stay there 6 months, like a straight, I'm not gonna take break 1 month by 1 month. So is that okay that I just got graduated by 6 months after?
No. They require
3 years.
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah. Yeah, each, because after 1 year, first year, you need to do research about your article. And the second year, you may discuss with the tutor and over there to try to publish the article. Because the article, if no publish, you couldn't graduate. Yeah.
I got it. I got it. So you meant, do you just mean that we have to fly there every month? So like 4 months a year?
Yeah,
Is that
1
okay?
month, 1 year.
1 month a year.
Only 1 month every year among 3 years. That's
So totally 3 months only study.
Yeah, yeah.
Did
Because
I get that correct?
your credits studied in 5 branch university in the DOM, yeah, can be the hours of PhD.
Also,
Yeah.
and over there, like an internship can be clinic hours in 5 branches also, university.
No. They because they
Okay.
arrange some lectures also over there. Yeah.
All right. I'm waiting for the document maybe. Thank you, Dr. House.
Yeah. I don't know their reform will be what to look like that, because before they have lots of thoughts. They said, oh, they may teach online. Yeah, if several students, like 5 or 10 students together, they will for online teaching in the first year, and yeah, like second year, maybe 2 months. Yes, then the last year 1 month. So that's the, but this their thoughts, but they haven't on the paper. Yeah.
So you mean that they maybe change every year? So
they will
right now-
change. They
Okay.
have some thoughts change. You know, they are the International College of the Zhejiang, the dean, they changed this very quickly. So every dean have their own thoughts. So yeah, I don't know exactly next year what they will decide. So, but anyway, if they want to change, we will discuss the paper. Yeah, we will discuss it first. So nowadays we still follow this, what I talked before. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. So we're waiting for the paper. Maybe we got more detail about it, everything. Every school, right? So right now you say 5 schools, 5 University of Chinese.
Yeah. Anyway, this year is still not opened to short-term students. So only long-term up to now. Yeah, only long-term students, they can go there.
Okay. If the limit
So
age, then-
that means you may check the Tianjin University, Tianjin, the website. They allow to, yeah, the new student to come or not. So
okay. So
yeah.
Zhejiang, Nanjing, Tianjin, what is the other?
Nanjing, Liaoning, and Fujian.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So any other questions?
3 years, that wrong.
Yes.
I thought like a 6 months. If I'm stay there straight, and then I can get graduate. I think I look on 5 branch like university website before. I saw it's. Well, I got this idea. I didn't really.
Oh, not like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I know some of our friends flew there, like, and then stop it. Just one time enough. Jeez. So
This-
you mean have to fly there every year,
not
1 month
possible.
a year?
Yeah, not possible. Yeah, no such a program. Yeah,
Okay, got it. Thank you.
you're welcome. So, any other question or not? So,
What's the tuition amount? I still wasn't clear. I got the application fee.
is
How much?
is 11035 approximately US dollars, because the dollars and the RMB is sometimes changing. Yeah, so approximately, yeah, for 3 years tuition. Yeah,
Which school is that? You say Zhejiang, right? This one is
this is
Zhejiang
Zhejiang.
University.
Yeah, Zhejiang.
So how about Nanjing?
Similar. Nanjing like 1303 oh yeah 35 approximately.
Are we going to get the paper, have the detail, I mean, more detail and the amount of the tuition, the number and everything if we want to apply?
Tuition, yeah, is not exactly number, because they will when you because the China dollar and the RMB is changing, you know.
I know that every day is changing. I mean that right now you based on the number. I think it's a few years ago, right? It's not this year.
Yeah, it's 3 years. Our amount approximately
Okay.
is 11035.
Okay, about 11,000.
Yeah, 11,000.
那个 Jessica，我们之后会拿到这个 PDF 吧？这个你现在讲的这个。
我可以给你 email。
Okay.
这个
So
对，
Dr. Lau
最好
emailed us their PDF document that covers today's the info, all the info. So we will forward it. Once we get it from from Dr. Jessica, we will forward it to everybody.
Well, thank
Great.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. So I will email to Debbie, yeah, and Robin, yeah. Okay. So all right, yeah. So
谢谢。If you don't have any questions, we just stop here. Robin, do you have something to say?
I was just gonna say, I will stay on because I'm gonna go over some things that, if anyone's interested, that pertain to questions that I tend to get that have like financial aid, how do we pay for it, all of that stuff. Hold on, my forgot to turn my humidifier off. Hold on a second, guys. This is advancing age makes it hard for me to hear when something else turns on in the room. So anyways, if anyone is interested, Dr. Lau has graciously given us her time, so I'm not going to hold her, but I'm going to stay on a little bit here. Debbie, you and I can catch up later.
Yeah.
And just go over, like, I always get questions on financial aid, practicum, more of the nuts and bolts, how this impacts your time at 5 branches. So I'll stay on and talk about that if anyone's interested in that. Okay. Does that make sense? Does that work for everyone? All right. Thank you, Dr.
Absolutely.
Alright.
Thank you.
Thank
谢谢
you,
Jessica，
guys.
谢谢。
谢谢老老师。
bye now.
Okay, so one of the questions I get a lot of time is, we'll start with the practicum side, which Jessica went over Dr. Lau went over really nicely. But when you're involved with a PhD program, they transfer over our didactic. So all the classes that you're attending here count towards certain classes of theirs. And so that's why you're getting the didactic counted for while you're over in China, it's over here. Then the question becomes, well, I'm in clinic for a month. Like literally what I've been hearing from people is you are in clinic from dawn till dusk. Dusk till dawn would make you a vampire. From dawn till dusk. So you are in there for like 12 hours, just really immersed in this experience. So what you do is exactly what Dr. Lau said. You're going to record all those hours. You're gonna have somebody sign off on them, and we go through all of that. When you're a student, we help you through that. And then we pull over your hours. So you get, I don't know, anywhere between 100 to 200 hours. Let's see, what's for the 4 weeks you're there, depending on how much you're in clinic. And so so if you do that for 2 years, that's 400 out of the 510 hours that you need. So that's a significant amount of time. And then because you're working on all this other research and publication and things like that, we can count some of those hours towards it. So if you do the PhD, pretty much you're going to get all your practicum hours ramped up. So the next question that I get a lot of times is, hey, can our US financial aid pay for it? The answer is no, sort of. So what you cannot do is ask for additional funds to cover it because it is not an accredited school through the US accredited Board of Education. However, so you can't go to, Daryl is our wonderful financial aid guy. So you can't go to Daryl and you can't say, hey, Daryl, I need $11,000 more above and beyond what I have taken on. But as I say, we have a pretty, if you have a practice, if you're, if you're careful with your money, I was gonna say if you're not taking cruises every day, but if if you can have your own practice and build your own practice and take out financial aid, and if you do choose to take out the full amount, as I say, whatever you choose to spend your money on, we're not going to care. So if you take out, oh gosh, I don't know. So I'm just going to go with, so our tuition is roughly 42 a term. We'll say 42, right? And say you take out 10,200. I think you can take out more. I really don't know, but I have to have round numbers so I can do math. So say you take out 10,200, but you have a groovy practice or you're working somewhere that completely covers your day-to-day financial needs, right? You can fly out for school, you can do all those things. You can take that 6,000 and put it towards the PhD program. So we're not going to say, hey, give us your receipts, right? We're not going to care because otherwise you would have taken that 6,000, put it towards your living expenses, and the expenses you made in your practice would go towards them. So does that make sense? So the answer is no, you can't apply for extra financial aid to do this. Does that make sense for everyone? That is a question I get a lot of times. Okay, I see a lot of my students here. Nobody's flipping on their things. Okay, excellent.
Because USA, they are not allowed yet to do the PhD with financial aid, only for
US accredited schools. Usually they have to be, I was going to say mainland, but like either the US states or the US, gosh, you guys, my mind's like the Philippines. What's the Philippines? It should be a state, but it's not. But yeah, so for schools in the Philippines or the United States itself, you can usually pull financial aid for. I am unsure if you were to go to an accredited school elsewhere. So I think we have some international accreditation. Anyway, I'm getting deep in the woods. That's what I do. So the short answer is no, but yes. So there's now. Dr. Lau did a fantastic and phenomenal job of talking about the PhD. And it's exciting. I would highly encourage every person to do it. But maybe during this boat journey in your life, it's like right now you might have kids, you might have a practice that's like a kid that you're growing, all the things, and you're like, wow, I can't possibly get away. I can't make a 3-year commitment. Because even though you're only going over 1 month per year, you're still doing a lot of classes and research and all sorts of other things. It's not just like, oh, I'm doing this thing, but I only do it in the month of August, right? You're still doing stuff throughout the year, and that might not be the best time, but you want the experience. Or maybe you're like, I don't really want the PhD, but I want that experience. And so we do work closely with, and unfortunately right now it's only Zhejiang University because of the travel bans and the restrictions and all this crazy, but we do work with them to do short-term 1 month externships. Okay. Now, your externship is, I'm going to pick someone, I'm going to pick Shania. Say Shania says, hey, I just want to go over there and I want to study. So Shania picks a 1 month externship and she goes over and she's in the clinic and she's getting that whole experience. She's in with the practitioner. She's learning all the things. They throw her into herbs. She's looking at herbs and she comes back. We're going to count all those hours again. However, that does not count towards the PhD because it's done on its own time frame. Okay, so say Shania changes her mind later and she says, oh, now I want to do the PhD. They're not going to pull in that extra month because you're not doing the things that are consistent with what their PhD program is. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes. I have
So now to make it real crazy, and I'll come back for Ariana, you've got a question. So here's where it gets really fun and crazy and where you're going to look at me and be like, Dr. Souders, you're nuts. You're bananas. Because that externship is not associated with the PhD, but it is counted towards our practicum. You could actually pull extra financial aid from it. So that's the equivalent of, and I am still setting the dates. We finally got our date for graduation, so I can set the date for Brazil. So that would be the equivalent of you saying, hey, I want to go. I'm going to use Crystal. Crystal's like, hey, I'm just visiting, but you feel like my student now, so you're stuck with us. So Crystal says, hey, I want to go to Brazil. She could then pull extra financial aid because it's specifically for practicum and specifically for our DAOM requirements. So, and the best thing for you guys to know is we are going to talk you through all of this. But so there are some, if you're not sure you want the full PhD, there's still ways to get that experience. And those are also, I see Sharon and I saw Dr. Basla in here as well. Those are, you guys can't use financial aid because of course you're not in school, but all of our externship opportunities are always open to our alumni as well. So did I clarify or muddy the waters? A little bit for you guys. Okay, excellent.
I have a question, Robin.
Sure, yeah.
So for the externship to China, is the paperwork as extensive and do you need a visa?
You probably will need a visa because anytime you go to a foreign country, you need a visa. But there is not a the paperwork is not as extensive. And if there is an application fee, it's not that much. I have honestly not explored it as deeply because of how locked down everything has been. I've just started having those conversations, literally waiting back any day to hear some really great news to share with you guys. So, yeah, so I will get more, probably that information will roll out. I'll probably get more information on in-person externships. I'd say give me 3 months because of the way the world's kind of dicey right now with lockdowns. Okay.
The only concern is the time frame of the visa. I don't know how long it would take to get a visa.
And and we work around with it.
Yeah. Thank you, Robin.
Sure.
Can I have one question?
Sure.
So only you can teaching like in USA university if you can get the PhD, right? How if we graduate from the 5 branch, we are not allowed.
So let's
talk. Qualified.
Let's talk about that for a little bit. So we have what's called a clinical doctorate. And so in traditional education, typically whatever degree you hold, you can teach from that level down. Okay. So if you're in the EDAOM and you take classes with Dr. Grieve, he has a PhD. So he can teach at the PhD level, he can teach at the clinical psychology level, he can teach at the master's, he can teach at the bachelor's. Okay. And so it also is dependent upon subject. So with our clinical degree, we could theoretically teach at a clinical degree school. Okay.
Right.
But ours is so specified, right? Like, I'll pick on UCLA. I'll probably be proven wrong. You probably could teach there. But say UCLA has a TCM medicine, or they want to do a specialized class in TCM medicine. Then yes, you could teach the clinical doctorates in DAOM. However,
even graduate from the 5 branch.
It's because it's a recognized clinical doctorate degree. Okay. But it's also based on then specialty, right? So for example, I have my education degree and my DAOM. They are not going to let me go teach astrophysics, no matter what. It's just, I wouldn't even want to teach them. Nobody would want to get in that rocket ship, right? So it's not going to happen. So we always look at what is your highest degree and what is the specialty. And if there's a match, then yes, you could. So again, so if you got your PhD from China, you could probably teach like theory, maybe some cultural history, things like that. Does that make sense a little bit? Now, if you have another specialty, she's not on here, but there's one of our students is also a chemistry teacher. She has her master's in chemistry. So she teaches her master's in chemistry using her DAOM. She might be able to teach the next level up as well.
Right.
Does that make sense for everyone?
Yes, I just wonder why I need to get the goddamn PhD. Like take 3 years.
If you want to, you don't, let me put it this way. If you don't want to teach in a university, you don't have to. For some people, that's not something they'd enjoy, but for some other people, that's super important and they really want.
Just for myself, personal question.
And some
Thank
grant
you.
funding and all that fun stuff. So yeah,
Right.
so it depends on, again, what options you want with your life. You know, we do
Right.
things differently based on, like I might do, like Dr. Dean and I got the same degree, 2 different schools, but we got the same degree, right? I might
Right.
decide I want to go do grant studies, God forbid, but say I do go do grant studies. And Dr. Dean is like, no, I'm going to use my DAOM to go teach. So we have the same degree, but it opens these different doors. And so that's why Dr. Lau said that, hey, this could also open doors for teaching, because we do have some students that come in and are like, hey, I really want to teach. So we're not going to force you, Faith. We're not going to be like, you have to go teach now. We're not going to do that to you.
Right. Nobody can.
Like,
Thank
heck
you for
no.
answering. Yeah.
Excellent. Any other questions for myself?
Hi, Robin. I have another question. A moment ago, Dr. Lau introduced the general information about Zhejiang TCM University and Tianjin TCM University, and also a little bit about Nanjing. From the school menu, I thought that Fujian TCM University and Liaoning TCM University. Do you have any information about them?
We don't. And if she didn't bring it up, it doesn't mean, it means that they are not accepting students right now. So back, I look forward to the day we don't have to say this anymore because I'm getting tired of that. Pre-pandemic days, we had our ability to go back and forth between countries was much greater, as you all know, right? We all know this. We went back and forth. Oh, I feel like, you know, Debbie'd be like, oh, I'm heading home. I'm going to run back to China for the weekend. She could do that without a problem. Once everything shut down, different universities are bringing things back at different paces. And so without her mentioning those, that means those 2 universities are not open to accepting students. So these schools, it's not just with us, which is also very, very exciting. You get to meet students from all over the world. So they have agreements, like I think there were some students from Belgium in there, some other students from some other European countries in there as well, last time I heard. So when they're looking at, okay, can we open up, they're usually called their foreign or international studies programs. When we open this up, what is the temperature of travel for all these countries? Because it is open to all the countries. And so because she didn't mention that, my guess is that they have not opened for international fly-in program. So she was saying, like she said, Nanjing is only open if you come over and move for 3 years. That's an option. So Debbie and I will check back with her on those, but I would suspect they're probably not going to come back for another year or so. Does that help?
Well, thank you, Dr. Robin. Now, another question. Dr. Lau mentioned about that there's an age limitation from Zhejiang TCM University. And I know that they have a limitation per se already. But from 5 branch university, if students does not meet this age requirement, they're over 45 and still really want to have this experience. And this 5 branch university would do something to.
Unfortunately, that is a requirement of the school, not our school. That's the requirement at Zhejiang University. We don't require that. What I would say is talk with Jessica because she can work magic So
Okay, good.
talk
Good
with her,
suggestion.
because unfortunately, we are guests of that university and guests of the Chinese government. So we can't go in and say, oh, we think this, right? We have to, just like when we have students come over to our school, we're like, this is what we need. You know, we have certain crazy requirements as well. So, yeah, just work with her and talk with her and see what options, see if there are any. That's the best I can tell you, because we don't have, as awesome as we are, we do not have that much power. Darn.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Sure, sure. But definitely have those conversations with her, but very good, good. So I also wanted to say that I saw a thing come up about the notarizing. So we will send your 5 branches transcripts. So you do not need, we send them as official, and they do accept them from us. I need to check with Gina to see if they'll accept your guys' diplomas from us. I don't think so. I think your 5 branches ones might be okay if you're masters. I thought at one point we had somebody on campus who was a notary, but that might not be of importance because our students aren't on campus anymore. But most banks have a notary that you can go see. A lot of libraries will have them. So to find a notary is pretty easy. If you're a member of a credit union or a bank, typically their notary services are free. So all you would do is you take your ID in and you take your, who is not a, Ariane didn't do her undergrad, I think her master's at 5 branches. So Ariane would take her diploma from her master's school, and she would take her ID and she would show them to the notary, and they'd be like, look at the ID, look at the diploma, look at her and say, yep, and sign it. So that's what they're looking for. So it's not as nail biting as what it sounds. But as far as transcripts, I actually will pull your guys' DAOM transcripts and send them. So you don't have to get those notarized. But if they ask for your master's, you will have to get those notarized. Or I will double check. They may be able to do officials, usually are acceptable as well. Trying to think of anything else. And then it was a resume or CV. Any other questions?
Is there anyone can share that, like which is university?
Once we get the documentation, I'm going to read through it, and then we will send it out to everybody. And there's actually a folder in your shared drive that will put that new information up. As soon as we get it, we're going to send it on out to you guys. Yeah.
All right. I don't know how many American students, was born in America, gonna apply, but like, can I share a little bit like a location of the environment of the university? Or
Hangzhou is gorgeous.
Yeah, I know Hangzhou. I have been to Hangzhou, Liaoning, and Tianjin. So as everybody may know, like Hangzhou, because Zhejiang, the location, the school, university in Hangzhou. I've been to Hangzhou, and Hangzhou, Fujian, and Nanjing. They kind of like a northern, not southern of China. It's a little bit warmer. But Tianjin and Liaoning in winter very cold. So I don't know, like, just want to share a little bit some of our maybe apply.
Yeah, and that's also a good point. So what we also do is, this is just a general, hey, this is cool, let's talk about things. As students get to the point where they're like, okay, I really do want to apply. Say Susan, I'm gonna use Susan way down there. Susan comes to me and she's like, I am really inspired and I definitely want to apply. Before I let you apply, I am going to actually have you have a meeting. We've got about 3 or 4 folks that we're in touch with regularly. Actually, one of them is Dr. K, who you guys will get to meet in April, who have done the program. And so I'm going to have you guys do a Zoom meeting with them so that you can talk to them about what is the real experience? What does it really feel like? Where do you stay? Where do you eat? What transportation is there? All those ins and outs. And so that way, before you apply, you have a really good experience, good understanding. Because Dr. Debbie and I love this program, but we're going to tell you the nuts and bolts admin side of it, right? We're going to say, we need this paperwork, we need that paperwork. But we want you to meet with people that have done it so they can say, oh, go with this mentor. You know, like what you guys are
Absolutely,
doing right
we
now
need
with this
that.
program. Oh, go be with Dr. Green or go be with Dr. Debbie for your research, right? So we will introduce you to people that have had that experience so you guys can chat with them and have a nice resource base, because it's a phenomenal experience. It is, you learn so much and it's great, but it's tough to be over there for, especially if you are not a native Chinese speaker, it's tough to be over there by yourself for a month. So we want to make sure that you know you have support back here. But thanks
That
for
would be
reminding me
cool.
about
Thank
that.
you.
Vivian.
Yeah, one thing
very
that I want to
important.
add for Chinese students that I have done a YouTube video online. If you want to go there, and then just Jennifer Cho is actually, she finished the PhD program and she talked about it in the video, and then there in the description under the video that have her contact information. She welcome anyone to talk to her, emailed her about her experience in China and how does it go. So yeah, feel free to watch that video and then talk to her.
Hold on, guys. I am going to pop up our fun little YouTube channel that we have, so you guys can see all the fun things.
Yeah, I share a couple times in the WeChat and then
So you have Dr.
our
Debbie,
group.
call for Glory. Wait, why is this not letting me go?
What's that?
It's popping me over. Unfortunately, it's popping me over into my actual one. So
Oh.
I'm just going to write what you would Google, what you would search. You just search for 5 branches.
Yeah, you just search 5 branch